Tonopah, Nevada, where tragedy was buried fast and forgotten slowly. The Tonopah Old Cemetery ground holds the victims of the Tonopah Plague, men killed in the Belmont Fire, and graves later choked by the mine tailings that washed through the cemetery. Death, disaster, and disturbance all meet here. And if spirits were lingering where suffering was greatest, then this may be one of the most haunted places in Nevada. All right, everyone. So welcome to LiveSciFi.tv, and tonight we're going to be investigating the haunted Tonopah Cemetery. This old cemetery was established in 1901. It is the oldest cemetery in Tonopah, and it is probably one of the most haunted places here. And one of the main reasons for that is because most of the graves in the cemetery are unmarked, and maybe that could be leading to a lot of the hauntings. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Lillian start off with her walkthrough.
It's interesting. I'm feeling this great pressure.
Yeah.
Like some of these beings in here are afraid of people, like living people. And I feel their energy pushing me out of this doorway. And I don't know what they're afraid of. I don't know why they're afraid of me. I want to try to find some of those spiritual energies that are standing here like this. I want to know why they're doing that. It's really creepy. They're kind of glowing. This entity can read your mind, and it specifically goes for regret, like life regret. I've never encountered something so specific. I feel kind of like a crazy person talking about it. But I have a feeling there are energies that pick up on very specific types of sorrow, like regret, like not feeling fulfilled. Maybe that's why they attack.
There's someone just whistled in.
I heard it.
Heard it?
Yeah, like a. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to go down and try to find it?
Well, let's go down there and see if we can pick up anything.
Oh, it feels like it's getting colder.
Yeah.
I just want to be drawn to it. I'm not sure why. There's a figure of a man down there who's like this. He's mad.
Yeah.
It's like, I keep wanting to swear. Sorry. These people are like going, here, talk to me. I want to talk, please.
Are they women or men?
Most are women. Wait, like they're wait for me. I don't know why they haven't moved on. Most of them have, but some of them are like, you can hear me. It's so creepy. That's not me.
What?
That's not me. That's not me.
What?
He's saying, that's not me, but he hangs out here.
Go over here.
Wow. That's so weird. To feel murderous and then feel, everything's okay. So crazy. Well, he fell from the 700 foot of the Belmont mine shaft, so that's a pretty lousy way to go, but...
Benjamin
Stevenson.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe I don't even want to stand here.
Why?
I don't like it. I don't know. It's horrible. It makes me feel like scared that someone's going to stab me.
Here, I'll stand over here.
I don't think I like this.
It is colder over here.
I am shaking, and I'm wearing like 5 layers of clothing. Right in here. What are you?
Someone just tapped over there. Hello? Sounded like someone went through a rock. You're right.
We are alone. Yeah, it's like someone took a rock and went. We're alone.
So you're right. I was.
Some of these blue spirits are standing like this, but they're not talking and they don't communicate.
Blue spirits?
It's like a blue shape,
Huh.
like a people shape. And there's about 4 or 5 of them in here.
Yeah.
Could be fragments of people. Ew. Oh, that don't feel good at all. Oh, I feel like rot and bones and human and... Ew. This is the worst.
Very good.
Oh, it's disgusting. This...
So one of the crazy things about the cemetery is that, like, it completely flooded in the early, like, 1900s. And so a bunch of the graves were actually, like, covered with tailings.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, and you can imagine what's in those tailings.
Oh, gosh.
But...
like toxic stuff?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, good.
Do you think that could be contributing to, like... God, I keep hearing something. Share earlier. I swear, I keep feeling like there's something over here.
He's not following us, but he's...
Can you show yourself? Can you show yourself? Come on, show yourself. Right by that cross. Can you move one of those rocks? Like the one right here?
They are fragments of people who have not let go of this earth, and so they don't have a personality, but they're here and they're stuck. That's what that feels like. Okay. Let's go this way. Oh, I feel like I can't breathe. Oh, it's like in my chest. What is that?
This feels like there's something. What?
That feels like... I don't...
Okay?
It feels like my chest hurts. It's like collapsed. Is it you? Are you doing that? Heart failure. Oh, God. I'm going to get away from this guy.
Heart failure. Is that like what you're feeling? Like, is it you're holding like your left side?
Hurts. They walk up and down here. Oh, it's like a promenade. It's like a cemetery promenade, and they like to walk up and down here and check out each other's grave markings. I want to go this way. There's something really dark down there, and it doesn't like people. It doesn't like people, and it feels like it really pushes against the encroachment of the humans that come into this space. It doesn't particularly want to engage with me, but it will if it has to, because people are strong, but it's stronger. It doesn't like us, so it doesn't want us around. But if we get in its space, it gets very protective. Rage. It makes you really ragey.
Raging? Interesting.
And it might be feeding our friend Benjamin in the corner his own sense of teeth grinding rage.
Okay. I swear I just heard like some weird ass noise over here. Just behind me. It was like right over here.
Straight down.
It sounded like someone going,
oh God, that's so scary.
yeah. Anyway, that's what I heard.
That is terrifying.
It was really weird.
Like it's teasing you?
No, I don't know what the freaking sound meant, but it didn't sound nice.
Because I'm feeling these tendrils kind of reach for me, and they're black, and they're like these long kind of fingers. And just as I felt that, you heard that sound. Okay, this isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. We don't need to be here. This isn't good at all. Okay. Oh, because the closer you get to it, the thicker the tendrils get, and the more it touches you.
what? This
feels so weird. Oh, you know, like this. Okay. It really hates you. It hates me, and it hates that we're here, and it wants to make us eat each other. Oh, weird. Oh, it's weird. Oh, the blue people are moving now. That's so weird. Oh, the blue people are turning their heads, and they're like,
what are you doing?
do you remember the blue people, the weird fragments that were hanging out? They're coming. Oh, they're coming. Oh, it's really freaky.
Yeah, let's see them.
Look, they're all in a row, and they're all pulling away from where they're standing, and they're getting closer. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, why are they coming closer? Oh, this sucks. I don't want them to come closer. Okay, they're here. They're walking past me. Oh, good. They're walking. Oh, they're heading this.
It did get colder. My camera's like not focusing right now. Well, it was here.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, they're walking past me now. Oh, they're brushing against me. Oh, I don't. Oh, gosh. Okay, there's a lot of unmarked graves here. They're walking past me. These blue things, they go to the dark thing. He eats their fragments. I hate this.
These are fragments?
They're fragments of people that were alive, and he has them. He has them. I'm going to be in this Death Avenue of scary black. Death Avenue with these scary black beings with their tendrils. Okay, I'm going to go up this way somehow. Oh, sweet. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's soft, and I feel like I'm going to fall into a grave. Oh, God.
There's no grave here, but the ground is super
soft. I feel like I'm going to fall into...
walking on the moon.
So some death around. I'm sinking. These spirits, graves, energies from that. Something here is very protective. But if you mess around with the spirits that are here, then you're going to meet some trouble.
Buried here are many of the Tonopah's pioneer residents. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to try to talk to some of these residents of the cemetery through the ghost box. And the way this works is this will scan radio frequencies, and what we're looking for are responses. So intelligent responses to my questions. So we're going to go back in. We're going to try to meet the blue men and that dark entity that Lily met. Also, that's in the far back reaches of the cemetery. And possibly that man over there where we got that cold spot too. So we're going to kind of go in, and if anything else wants to communicate to us in here, you can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and try it and see what we get. All right. Hello, my name's Tim. Sound like Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Weird. Dark. We're trying to reach out to the entities here in the cemetery. If anyone can speak through this device, I invite you to sit. Sit? You want me to sit right here? Yeah, that's weird. She told me to sit.
Sit. Yeah, clearly.
All right, I'm just gonna sit right here. Okay. You're coming? I feel like someone's gonna run up this way.
I know.
Why do you want me to sit? Why do you want me to sit here? You guys, sit.
Sit.
You heard it?
Sit. I did, but it was like
Sit.
a woman this time. Before it sounded like a man.
Who's here? Turn. What is this one right here?
He's behind you.
This is weird.
It's never said that before.
No. W. Roberts. That's weird.
Yeah.
Flower here. It's a woman. Are we in danger? Lily picked up on a dark energy in the back of the cemetery. It's not telling me to sit. I don't want to sit. You have to tell me why you want me to sit. Tell me why you want me to sit. Turn.
Please?
Is there something here that's going to hurt us? This is weird.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want us to go forward.
Who's in the cemetery? Who's talking to us right now? Do you have a name? Do you have a name? Tell me your name. Tell us your name. What?
Oh, that made my skin crawl.
It's okay. You can talk to me. It just got really cold.
Yeah.
You're haunted? What are you haunted by? Are you haunted by the people's stories that died in this graveyard? Tim. That's my name, Tim. What's your name? What's your name?
Mid.
Mid?
Maybe?
If there's a MIDI in here or something like that, that's a really weird name.
Mitty. Maybe it's a nickname.
Anne, were you talking to me before?
Mountain fever.
Is that you? Frank Hall died 1905. Settled in Nevada. Well-known Central Nevada pioneer camps. Anne? Are you around me right now? It's really cold. Can you say something into this device again? Okay, we're going to keep moving here. If there's anything else that wants to talk to us, just talk through this device.
What
The fuck?
That woman.
Yeah.
Someone's following me.
Are you following me right now? Yeah, you. Are you following me? You're a ghost? Okay. You can just come with us. You can keep talking to me as we walk through here. It's the man that Lily was talking to by the fence. Do you want to talk to me? You can use this device, okay? In my right hand. Say hello if you want to talk. What? It's okay. Dude, I feel something right here. That's not you, though.
No.
Is it, are you behind me? Are you behind me?
You. You.
What did you hear?
Just you.
You. Yeah, okay. Come. Oh, yeah, we're walking back here. What's back here? What is back here? Death? Death. Yeah, death. Go. It feels like something's pushing me energy-wise this way.
Down this little path, down there.
Run? Why do we need to run? Go? Why? Why do we need to run? What awaits us on the other side of the cemetery?
Sit.
Why does it keep telling me to sit?
I think they just want you to stop and chat, maybe.
Okay. I will sit if you tell me your name right now. Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
What?
Mina?
No, maybe Nina.
Did you say Mina?
Debbie?
Debbie?
Blake.
Debbie Blake? Did you feel like you're going to throw up around here?
Yes.
I feel like I'm going to throw up right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing some guy had a heart attack, I think.
Yeah. One of these is
Weird. I feel like,
victim of a heart attack, and I felt like, yeah, like how you're bending over.
yeah, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm not joking.
Like my chest hurt, and I wanted to throw up. And I don't know. It was
Low. That's weird. It's a low on the ghost.
over?
Yeah, look at the name on the there. It's a low.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it says Low, Pat Low. What? Oh, it says Low.
That's weird.
L-O-W-E. Hi, Pat.
Low, there's no way of knowing how you died. If you're Pat Low, can you tell me how you died? Just say it. How'd you die? How? Were you sick? Is your name Pat? Can you say yes or no? I'm gonna keep walking. Yes.
Yeah, let's get out of this area.
All right, let's stay here. I'm gonna feel something here. Hi. You what? It just said Tim Wood.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Yeah?
Deadwood, is that again? Team.
The fuck?
With an accent.
Yes. What do you want? Why do you keep saying my name?
Tim.
Look, where?
Oh, I feel like we're gonna see something.
I know.
I feel like it's starting up.
Why do you want me to look? Where are you? I don't feel good about this at all. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I seem to get like the act. See, I don't see anything yet. Oh, let's get. Whoa!
What?
It looks like right over here. There's a person standing over there.
Really?
Yeah. Are you over here? Sorry, I thought I saw a person.
Yeah. No, look.
He's right over here behind this cross. Is there something over here you want me to see? Turn around. Who did I see over here? You know what's creepy?
What?
Is it looks like me.
The person you saw?
Yeah, I thought it was myself.
Like your doppelganger?
I don't know, but it looks like me. I mean,
Like it kept saying your name over and over again.
but I was wearing like all brown clothes.
Like minor clothes?
There's brown. Who did I see over here? Who did I see? Let me try slowing this down a little bit.
Wood. I keep hearing your name.
Why do you keep saying my name? Speak? You're speaking to me? Okay. What is your name? You know, what is your name? Does the entity have a name that hangs out back here? Let's go down to the bottom because it said, what? Yours?
Not yours. Oh.
Am I talking to myself right now? Would that be weird?
That would be terrible. What if it's a ghost of you? Come back to talk to you.
Am I talking to myself? Dude, I don't like this. Look at the dirt.
I know.
See how it's like changed? It's all rocky and it's all sandy.
Right?
Leg?
When
Lake?
he was stepping on his leg.
No, it's a lake.
Mm.
What is this a lake of?
Oh, look how the dirt is all dry. Like it was wet. I don't like that creepy voice. Dark.
Who's talking to me right now? Unmarked grave. I feel like there's something like all around us right now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna sink in.
How many people are buried here? How many people? The ground is really weird. Show yourself to us. Can you do that? Legion.
Legion.
What the fuck?
What?
I don't know.
What? Does somebody show you?
I just felt. Which?
Yeah, this is that avenue.
I thought I heard someone screaming. But behind me, I heard like footsteps.
Oh.
That's what was weird. Wait.
What are you looking at?
There's like impressions on the thing. Not that. Like over here. I heard.
Oh, what was that? Oh, shit. It smelled like like something running at me.
You should speckle.
Okay. Well, this is that path that went up to this scary black thing.
Let's what?
What's up?
I feel sick again.
You want to go back?
No. Are you making me feel sick? Are you making me feel sick? Okay, we're gonna say goodbye. That was really weird.
It was really weird.
It was bizarre. Yeah, I thought I saw myself standing up.
That is just weird. But it made us run over here and go away from that area.
I felt like I was running to myself. Isn't that weird?
You're wearing brown.
Yeah, but I felt like I was running to myself, like for it to help.
Oh. You
It
never
literally
said that
feels like,
before.
no. And it literally feels like we're just constantly being watched in this place right now.
Yeah, I totally feel that.
Do you want to, I know like people use rods to find unmarked graves.
Yes.
It'd be really cool for you to bring out your rods and see what you get.
Yeah, and see how many people were traipsing over or see what they want to talk about.
I feel like I need to turn this on though one more time.
Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on.
Say Tim.
Yeah, it just says your name over and over again. It's terrifying.
Who's watching us right now? Hunted?
Oh, I don't want to be hunted.
Why are you hunting us?
Stick.
Is it sick? Okay, I feel weird. I think we should go back. You like when you hear a dog's collar? I felt like I heard that.
Really? Like at that jingling noise?
Yeah. What were you jingling?
Well, I felt a horse earlier.
Or something?
Oh, the ground is so soft here.
What were you jingling? Death. I guess.
Yeah, it's not
I feel like I'm walking through people.
like a crowd of people or
Yeah.
piles of people.
I feel like something's like.
I don't like standing here.
Do you feel something like on my back or something? Or do you feel something like on me right now?
I feel like something's reaching up from the bottom and touching your ankles.
Okay, let's get off this ground.
I feel like we're going to, I don't know, it just feels like they're everywhere underneath us and they're pulling us in. I have that feeling. I don't like this feeling.
I feel zapped of energy right now.
So I want to go down to where the angry man is.
Yep.
or whatever he is. He may not be human, but I feel he is, and I want to see what his problem is, why he's so angry.
So before we start, do you want to tell people how the rods work?
Yes. So these are dowsing rods. Traditionally, people use them to find things that they needed, or to answer questions, or to find missing items, and they would cross the rods. Spirit would cross the rods. But these are very special because they pick up electromagnetic frequencies, and when the spirit touches the rod, it'll change color.
Yeah.
And you can ask it to touch a specific rod, so you know that it's there.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
It's really creepy out here.
It is, and we're completely alone. And it's a really old pioneer mining cemetery. My name is Lily. If anyone wants to touch one of the rods while I'm walking past, it'll change color. Please feel free.
She said I was getting impaled by a... This is...
What?
I almost got impaled by that thing. That's...
Oh, be careful.
Yeah, don't people use like rods, dowsing rods also to find unmarked graves?
They do. They do. Let's try it.
It'd be kind of interesting to see.
Oh, look. Yeah. Oh, this is a big one. Yep. So you can use them to find unmarked graves.
Wait, ask him to cross the rods again. Let's get more verification. Let's see.
So this is not so much the spirit doing it, but it is probably my desire to find the grave.
Or they're really crossing.
Is this a grave?
See, there was just fucking whistling over there. What?
I thought I heard like a... Okay, we must be near our angry buddy. Let's find him. Hi, remember me? I'm Lily. I want to talk to the man who's really angry, who makes me grit my teeth. When I get to where you are, can you cross my rods? These are rods. Cross them for yes and cross them for no. I don't feel you yet, but I know you're near. Are you afraid of me? No. Come cross the rods. We're getting close. I don't want to walk over a grave because I think that will cross. Oh, are you here? Oh, it feels super strong.
It's really cold over here.
Please uncross the rods. Are you the man I talked to earlier that was super mad? Yes. Thank you. Are you the one who said that you're not here?
Oh, they're actually moving.
Yes.
Ask it if it can actually touch one of the rods.
Will you hold one of the rods and put your energy into it so it can change color? Just grab it really hard. Yes? Okay, thank you. Go ahead and do it. Okay. I will count to 3, and then as hard as you can, grab one of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Maybe not strong enough. Do you want me to come closer? Yes. Okay, I'm going to come closer. Can you point to where you are with the rods? You don't have to say yes, just point. Right here? And just cross when I get close. Okay.
Well, I want to change colors for a little bit.
Oh, yeah? Okay, good. Can you do that again? Yes. Okay, I'm going to turn. Are you behind me? all around me. Yes. Yes. Okay, uncross the rods.
Can I try it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really curious to see. Sorry, I'm doing it over here. This is where you're looking over, right? I was trying to see.
I'm right in the spot. You're right.
I've never done this before, but I feel like I'm holding 2 lightsabers.
They look like lightsabers.
If you're here, did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
What the fuck? If you're here, whatever's behind me that made that noise, can you cross the rods? I'm trying to get my hands as still as possible. Make sure to do what you told me to do.
Yeah, rest them in front and show them that that's neutral.
This is neutral.
What's happening?
Why? What the fuck is going on? Okay.
And ask them to cross the rods for yes. They'll get used to your energy.
Cross the rods for yes. It keeps on. Like this. You actually feel like it's like a magnet.
Yeah, they're pulled.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now you're in the flow.
Okay, so cross them again. If you're here.
Okay.
Okay.
Now ask them to touch one of the rods. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, can you touch the rod?
It'll change color if you touch it. We'll know you're here.
Touch my rod. The one's in my hand.
Are you feeling it somewhere else?
No. Just to make sure. It's really weird because you can feel it like... It's like almost like you're holding 2 magnets, like of opposite polarities. And it's like they... Yeah, sometimes you know, feel them bounce off. And then sometimes you can almost feel them attract.
Yep, they either pull together or they pull away.
Yeah.
I put one hand a little higher than the other so they don't bang into each other.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to see.
Okay, how did that feel?
I actually liked it when it was touching my rod.
Did you?
Yeah.
I heard that about you. They never touch my rod.
It's pretty nice. All right, where do you want to go?
Okay, well, angry guy is here. Do you know that you're dead? No. Do you think that you're alive? No. Are you mad that I asked you that question? I think he's gone. Are you still here, mad guy? Yes. Okay. Are you stuck here in this cemetery? Yes? Okay. Is there something keeping you here? Yes. Okay. I wish there was something we can do. What are you doing? Okay. Okay. Sometimes I need to reset. Okay. Point to where you are. Footsteps.
Yeah, I heard that. It was right behind me.
Yes. Okay.
I think we got to go back. Well, I think we got to go that way.
This way?
No, this way. Over here. The footsteps were that way.
Great. Oh. Infants. Are we in the baby section? Yes. Oh no, we're in the baby section.
Are we in the baby?
Oh my God, so
Infant.
So many.
Infant.
So
Died 1 year old.
sorry, babies. Are there any babies here that want to talk? Yes.
It's a weird ass tree here.
You know, I think babies go to heaven, but okay.
It's like a really weird ass tree here. I don't say advance.
Dead? Let's try something. Are you the spirit of this tree? Yes? Okay.
Tree spirit.
Are you dead? Yes. How can you be the spirit of a tree if you're dead? I don't know. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Can you touch one of my rods, tree spirit? Yes. Okay, I don't know. Sometimes they say yes, but then they don't do it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Okay, point to where I need to go. This way. This way? Okay. Well, we talked to Mean Guy. I'm gonna try to find a heart attack.
Yes. Well, not really.
Yeah, he's not pleasurable for me.
No.
If anyone wants to talk,
I'm sure he'll find us.
touch this rod, any one of these rods, it'll change color and it'll know that you're here. My name is Lily. Hello. Does anyone know who those blue figures are that I saw earlier? Just cross the rods if I come across you. This way? This way? Yes. Right here? Okay. Oh, this doesn't even have a marker.
No.
Oh, we're in the spooky section. Are those blue beings? Yes. Are they people? No. Were they people? Yes. Does the big black monster at the end of the road eat them? Yes. Oh, big yes. Okay. I think we should try walking that sort of scary death highway that leads down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Death highway.
Oh, it's so dark. It's anything. It's hard to find where things are. Oh, this one's creepy. Oh. Yeah, this little, I keep wanting to call it a street, but this little road that goes down there really feels different. It's really scary.
The camera keeps having a hard time focusing. It's losing focus.
Is there something in front of me?
Not really. I don't know. It's been kind of weird.
Yes.
I was having a hard time focusing there a second ago. That's strange.
Like something walked in front of it or caused...
Yeah.
Is there... Oh, I feel like something with big wings just went by. I don't know, something big went by. That was really weird.
Like an animal?
No, like a big kind of... I don't know, like a energy. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like brushed over like...
Okay.
Is this dangerous to be out here like this? Yes.
Ugh, man.
Are you going to hurt us? Yes. Oh, great. Would you like to touch one of my rods and show us that you're here? Show us how strong you are? Nope. Yes, you would like to? Go ahead. No? Okay. All
Maybe we
right.
should just go down here. I'm curious to see like what we're gonna pick up down here.
Yeah. So these are dowsing rods. If anybody wants to talk to me, you can cross them, and that will be a yes.
Right here, this unmarked. There's like a bunch of like really small graves. I'm assuming these are breeds.
Like walking on graves.
Baby O'Donnell? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, baby graves. Oh, babies. Why are you guys way back here? Why are you here? Okay. No? Yes? I'm gonna go over here. Oh, it's so soft. I feel like I'm walking on graves. Jim Bell. Hi, Mr. Jim. What do you know about this creature that I...
It's a Mr. Jim. I think it's a baby Jim.
Baby Jim?
Pneumonia.
Oh, from
1905. Arkansas. It's
Arkansas? Oh, it does say Arkansas.
I mean, this is a small grave.
It's very small. You think they were in the baby section? Is there anybody here who's really sad who wants to talk to me? No? Anyone here really happy wants to talk to me? Yes? Oh, you're happy. Why are you happy? Okay. Do you... Okay, uncross the road.
People down here.
It does. Do you like hanging out at the graveyard? Yes. Can you touch one of my rods and make it change color? You can try. Okay. There's a breeze going through my hand. It feels really cold right here. How weird. Like right here.
These are frozen.
I feel like something's touching my hand. Are you touching my hand? Yeah? Can you touch one of my rods? Okay. Yeah, this is a weird area.
Super weird.
Okay.
My fingers are actually cold in this area.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep getting drawn to this.
A lot of people seem to die from pneumonia in 1905.
Oh. Did you die of pneumonia?
I think I read something or heard something that a lot of people died of like a mystery illness.
Oh.
And they're
Oh, are you coughing? You okay? Oh no. Oh no. What happened?
I don't know. As I said,
Oh, let's get out of here. Let's go that way.
That's where I'm right.
That was weird. You just started
No,
coughing.
but I was going to tell you that maybe I just had something in my throat, but yeah, people died of this mystery illness where they were like puking up black, like blood.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can imagine that would affect a lot of different organs.
It just smells like death down here right now. I don't know. Are you picking up on that dark energy right now, or just you haven't talked about it?
Kind of quiet. It's kind of quiet. I don't think it likes me talking about it.
Okay, let's.
It's not like before.
Let's work our way back.
Just keep hearing.
We'll just meet in 2 sessions.
Okay.
Here, let me do this. Okay, we were swapping out batteries and something really fucking freaky just happened. It sounded like the sound of a boomerang. And honestly, that freaked the fuck out of me. Like,
Yeah, you spun around, you grabbed me.
dude, honestly, that freaked the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It sounded like either like when you pull like a rope really hard and you tighten up the slack really tight, like if you're rock climbing.
Yeah.
Like that.
Just...
Or like a fucking boomerang. I don't know what the... And we're literally just swapping batteries out, and that happened. I thought we hit record, but this is Tim and Lily. I want to know what made that noise. Who's here? I have a recorder in my left hand. You can speak into it. That was something I'd never heard before. I'm so freaking pumped out we weren't recording it.
Yeah.
No joke, because you saw how I reacted.
Yeah, you totally spun around and grabbed me.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we got any EVPs here. This is Tim and Lily. I want to know what made that noise. Who's here? I have a recorder in my left hand. He said dead Jesus Christ.
What?
Who's here? I have a recorder. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I heard that.
Who's here? I have a recorder.
Jesus Christ. It's messed up. Oh. That's crazy.
I don't know what that sound was, though. It sounded so real. I thought someone shot an arrow at us.
Yeah.
Because it was that type of noise. Like you hear something.
The strumming, like a strumming.
Yeah. Like the slack being.
What direction was it in?
I don't know. That's the thing about disembodied voices, is when you hear them, they're non-directional. They're really unmistakable, because they really trip you out when you hear them. Because the first time I ever heard one was at this winery, but I just didn't know. It sounded like it was just omnidirectional, like it was all around you, but that was so fucking weird. Okay, you said Jesus Christ was here? Someone starting their car? If Jesus Christ is here, would you like him to give a blessing to this cemetery? Like this part at all of the cemetery.
No, I don't like this part back here.
Like my spider sense.
I feel like it's gonna eat me. Like it's that kind of danger feeling.
And it's 3 a.m. right now.
Yeah, it's like the witching hour.
Okay, you said Jesus Christ was here? Someone starting the car? If Jesus Christ is here, would you like him to give a blessing to the cemetery? Hell no.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is here. Would you like him to give a blessing to the cemetery? Hell no.
Oh no. That's not very nice.
There's like some weird like ATV shit going on.
But that was clear. Like that voice was clear.
I'm gonna walk up a little bit more here where the thing is funny to sit down.
Yeah.
It's getting really cold too.
Yeah, it is getting super cold.
Where's your torch?
They're in here up the front.
Okay. Yeah, watch out for these little things. They're going.
Yeah, that thing grabbed you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I see them.
Is you?
Yeah. They're up ahead on the second row. Oh,
Oh, sure. This is where he told me to sit.
yeah. What is that? Like a man screaming.
Who's here with us? You were telling me to sit before. Why did you want me to sit? That's me coughing. Can you please tell me your name? If you can tell me who you are, then I can bring some flowers down to you. Who are you? Okay, thank you. Let's just see if we got anything. Yes?
You with us? You were telling me to sit before. Why did you want me to sit?
That's your coffee.
Coffee. Can you please tell me your name? If you can tell me who you are, then I can bring some flowers down to you. Who are you? Then I can bring some flowers down to you. Who are you?
I think it says Pat.
Really?
That was the name we got earlier.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
are you?
So, it sounds like someone coughing.
It sounds like someone coughing.
Like they're sick. I think what we'll do is we'll bring George a flower tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. George, we're going to come back. Bring us some flowers.
Oh, there's George.
Or George, here's your chance. Here's your chance, George. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk to George.
I'm going to put this recorder down right here, and we'll give you 30 seconds for you to speak into it. And just tell me what you want. I'll bring whatever you want down here. If you want something to help with your cough, or maybe you want me to bring some liquor down. Whatever you want, George. Just show us that you're here. Here's your chance. Okay, thank you, George. Let's see what there was just a woman's voice?
What did it say?
I don't know.
Maybe she wants a flower.
I don't know.
I'm going to put the recorder down right here, and we'll give you 30 seconds for you to speak into it. Tell me what you want. I'll bring whatever you want down here. If you want to help with your cough, or maybe you want me to bring liquor down, whatever you want, George. Just show us that you're here. Here's your chance. Okay, thank you, George.
I can't make it out.
Not sure.
All right, George, thank you.
Thank you, George.
All right.
I hope your cough gets better. I suspect it is.
This place is wild.
It's wild. Oh my God. So many sounds and feelings, and different areas feel like different worlds.
I think what we need to do right now is we're just leave and call it a night. And, thank you everybody for watching.
Yes.
Thank you, Spirits of the Tonopah.